All right, well, we got another great TMNT Universal Monsters crossover from NECA. This is the latest one in the line and the last one revealed so far, and that is Raph as the Wolfman. Now, you might remember the original vintage TMNT series from Playmates, and they had the Universal Monsters crossover. Leo was the Wolfman, so the Turtles were pretty much everybody. A little disappointed again. I was really hoping that Rahzar would be the Wolfman. It made sense. NECA was drawing from the movie line. They had Toka and Rahzar tooled. Wouldn't be too much of a stretch, but I guess I see how they really just want to keep the Turtles in the line. With the exception of, I hope Shredder will be Dracula. We'll see. Nothing else has been revealed. There's no teases on here. These are all previously released characters. This is it. We don't know what else is next in the line. Hopefully we'll see a Dracula. There was a Dracula in the original Playmates line. There was also a Metaluna mutant, which I think the Foot Soldier would be great for. But we'll see. But first, getting into this box again, just like the other boxes, it's got that great work on the front with the artwork of the character. And you have that paneling on the side. And then the back is where I think this box really excels, because it looks like the old artwork from the 30s and the 40s of these classic Universal films, where they have that extravagant writing on there to really upsell the excitement in the film and the terror in the film with these little call outs. And I absolutely love that. They've been consistent on all their boxes. NECA has done a great job with that, making this old school sort of movie poster box to it. And of course, with all of them, they have that Velcro panel opening where you get the nice artwork again here of the action figure shot, and then you get the character in the window box. So yeah, I'm interested to see what they did uniquely with this character. We get a brief glimpse of him at Toy Fair, I believe, and also at Comic-Con, but he was behind glass. Now we have our hands on him. Let's check him out nice and close and see what's unique and what little Easter eggs they have hidden in this character to tie him to the original film. All right, well, we got our Wolfman Raph. Gonna crack right into him here, and you can see our character with his weapons. He's got his sai, of course. It's Raphael. He needs a sai. He's got a little bear trap, or I guess wolf trap in this case. I mean, he's a wolf. You need to be able to catch him. And you got your main character here looking amazing. Now, he's held in by a whole bunch of these little plastic clips, so I'm just going to grab my sprue cutters here, which I've told you multiple times are, in my opinion, the best thing you could use to cut product out of a container, just because they all come in at this 45 and they allow you to cut really close to an object without cutting this thing itself. And then we're going to start out here by just going right in and checking out the character first. And wow, look at that. I mean, really, really great job they did on this one. You have this tattered clothes because he's transformed into the wolf. So you definitely have that. Not an ounce of reptilian skin on him, all fur, all the way up and down the character, poking out of the side, poking out of the shoulder here where he has the tattering. And they even extended the clothing over the shell. So he turned from maybe a human into a wolf turtle. And then the shell even has fur on it, if you can see that. That's crazy. So they were consistent all the way through with that fur. He still has the slots on the front there for the sai. And that is something we've seen on the movie Raphael character. But you could see the tattered clothing there up over the fur. I mean, that's layered on, that's not molded on. So very nice there. And again, on the front. So they sort of have this piece hanging around everywhere to give you that depth. I don't know if you could see through the side there, but give you that depth look that this is not one mold, but multiple pieces on there. And he's got this face, he's got this squiggly eye on the one side and the regular eye here popping out, so that's fun. And then he's got these claws on his hands, so the long nails, and the toes. They kept them consistent as a turtle, so he only has 2 toes. Now he's got these long toenails, and then he's got these 3 fingers. So they kept them consistent as a turtle. He has the same articulation, I'm assuming, as any other NECA figure. Turtle figure, so he's got that wrist articulation, the double elbow, which is still held by the elbow pads, which are still on there because he's still Leo, or he's still Raph. That shoulder ball joint that moves 2 ways, the head that moves around here. Can't really move at the waist because of that turtle shell. He's got a little bit of motion there, but he's got that full range of motion in his hip, and then the double knee, again hidden by the knee pad. And then he's got the ankle and then the foot articulation. But what's unique here is because he has a wolf leg, these legs are not straight. They come jetting out here on an angle and back down. And that is actually an articulation point. So he gets an additional articulation point. And he's moved forward and back a little bit. So that is, yeah, you can see the hinge right here for where these are supposed to move. Although yeah, it's not flexing that much for me. But there you go. I mean, he's got that extra articulation point. So that's kind of cool that they molded that new, sort of that new look, since he's a wolf, to have him have the leg jut out. So you have that little bone and that joint there on both sides. So that's completely new. It's not a straight leg with respect to that. So really cool. I think that's a fun little detail that they put in there. I didn't notice that on the original version, or I'm sorry, the version that they had in the case, because again, he was in the case, and this is why it's great always to see these things up close, and then we get to see those fun little details. So here we have our Raph. So what do we got as accessories? All right, so first things first, we got another head. This is not a howling head. This is more of a, he's got his jaw down there, so it's a nicer head there with another headband on there. He's got this little trap thing that I think it's got a chain on here, a little plastic chain to, I guess, secure it into a stake or something like that, and it opens. And this is just, I guess, to catch a wolf, essentially. So that's fun. They included a little trap there with him, and then he's got his sai. I mean, of course, he's got some hands, some weapon-holding hands. So we're gonna change those out so we can hold the sai. So we got one weapon-holding hand here, one weapon-holding hand here, and then he's got fists or the other ones. So we don't really need to see those. So I'm gonna pop the sai open, and the sai are gonna be a little unique. So the two sai we got one sai, and I'm gonna call this the bone sai. And the top of it is a bone. He's a wolf, dog, likes chewing on bone, makes sense. And the other one, I think, is our little Easter egg here. And this one has, oh, a little stuck here with the tape. I almost got it. This one has a little fun Easter egg on the top of it, if I could ever get it out. And it has that cane piece from the movie. If you remember this from the Wolf movie, or the Wolfman, had this cane piece at the top, where's that metal wolf that was on the top of the cane, and they kept that on here. I believe that was Lon Chaney in the original Wolfman film. I might be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I think it was Lon Chaney. So we're going to do that twist on the hand here and pull it out. And then I'm going to replace it with the other one here. Here we go. Same on this side, do that twist. And I think that's a lot better than doing just a straight pull, because I think you end up breaking it. So once we get those in here, we'll be able to put our weapons. Now, this is tough because these are huge. It might have been nice if they let you detach the bottom, which I don't think they do. I feel a little give in it, but I don't think it's meant to be pulled out. It's just that these are so big. What you're going to have to do is like maneuver the fingers around in order to get this this piece in here, because it's just way too big to get that in there otherwise. So I'm going to try my best here to get these weapons in there. I want to get it in here, but because of the size of the bottom, I can't just slide it in. So I think you kind of have to like open these fingers up like this, stick it in the hand here, and then try to get this thing around. Whew, that is going to be a job. So I will work on that and show you in the final shot, but you're going to have to maneuver these fingers. So I do not like that. That is really annoying. They make you maneuver the fingers here in order to get this in. Because look how big this bottom is. It's way bigger than this. So you're going to have to open this up in order to get this in there. Alternatively, what they could have done is allow you to separate the bottom, which I gave it a pull, and if it's not doing it initially, I'm not going to do it because I'll probably just break it and have to reglue it. If you allow to separate the bottom, have it on a peg, plug it in. I think the Figuarts do that a lot, and it just makes it a lot easier when you're able to do that, because it's just hard to get these in these hands without maneuvering them, and once you get them in that position, you never want to move them again. But on the plus side, we could check out how they fit in here, and they fit quite nicely. So they could go in the top here on each side, and slide into our character and fit right into his holsters here. So that works pretty well. It's just getting them in the hand is going to be quite a job. So I'll work on that in the shot in between so you guys can check it out in our wrap-up shot. But that is basically our Raph, the latest in the line of Universal Monsters crossovers. And he's got his nice snarling face on. I appreciate the head here. That's fun. And a lot of nice little features, and bringing the Wolfman finally to our Universal Monsters TMNT crossover line. And we got almost all the core characters except for Dracula now in the line, so that's pretty nice. So that is our Raph. So why don't we wrap up? I'll show you the sign in his hands, and why don't we take a look at some of the characters from the past. So here we go. I got the sign. I did not put him straight in. It was really hard. All the photos I saw on the box did not have him straight in. They had him kind of where he's doing this thing where he grips it and puts it to the middle of the figure. I think that's what they intended with these giant handles. That way you get to see the handles a little better. So I was able to manipulate that in there so you can get the sign in there and have that look. I mean, he's a Wolfman's a brawler. He's not a guy that walks around using weapons, so I think that's fine. So we have our Raphael, latest in the line. I just thought it'd be fun to take a look back at where we are right now. We're about 9 into this line. Dracula would make 10, so we definitely need that. I'm calling this Wave 1 and Wave 2. And I call this Wave 1. If you remember, if you look back at the Leo Hunchback, he had this look on the side of his box where he has 6 characters here. You could tell on the, 6 characters. They had Donnie in there, but he didn't make it out until way, way, way later, so I'm calling him Wave 2. But you have Hunchback Leo, and then of course you have that Raph as Frankenstein's monster. And that was a great character as well. I think we did a video on that one. You're going to have to look back. I think we might have done all of them. So go look back to our videos if you want to see where we are on these guys. So there is your Leo is Hunchback. He was fun, had a little hidden Easter eggs on this one. And then, of course, we had Mikey as the Mummy. So you can go back and check that out as well. And then later on in the line, we got the Frankenstein April, Bride of Frankenstein April, which was the original character. She was 2 in the Playmates line. And then we have that Splinter Van Helsing. And again, why I think we need that, that Shredder. If you remember on the back of the box, it says the Hunter of Vampires, underneath that, the Slayer of Shredder. So I hope we really get that Dracula Shredder to close the loop on that character. And then after that, we got Phantom Casey. He was perfect. Another one I was thinking could work as Shredder, but I thought Casey was more appropriate given he has the mask too, and that more look to him with the hockey look. Just it was perfectly paired in here. But yeah, I mean, they did a great job on Casey. And then we got Donnie as the Invisible Man. And that was pretty cool with the translucent parts we got on him. And then we just got Leo as the creature from the Black Lagoon, another Leo after we had Hunchback Leo. So Leo is the creature from the Black Lagoon. You can check out that video we just did recently on him. And now we got Raph as the Wolfman, closing the circle on almost all the classic Universal monster characters. The only other ones we're missing, obviously, Dracula, the big one there. And then the Metaluna Mutant was another regular occurring character in, or another well-known character from Universal Monster lore. I think he had more than one movie as well. So we might see that one. And I think if you look back at the original Playmates line, there was a Metaluna Mutant. Not 100% sure, but I think there was. So that was another character that they had covered previously. But we got most of what was covered previously here and then some. So this is really cool to be able to get these again. The only one that I think we talked about last week that was a replica of the original Playmates line was the creature from the Black Lagoon, Leo. I think NECA had said they were trying to mix it up and not doing something as had been done before, when that is the one exception. Because we had other characters were different versions of these. Like I think Donnie was the Mummy in the old school line. April was still the Bride of Frankenstein. So the only girl monster, so it made sense. But yeah, this is the latest addition to the line. The line is strong. We're 9 deep now. It's awesome. I think we round it out with an even 10 and get that Shredder in here, hopefully, as Dracula, and then just finish off the mainline monsters. But this will look great at Halloween to have all these turtle crossover characters. So this is not the only crossover character we're going to be looking at this month. I want to try to make a crossover month. I have at least one other one I'll show you guys. It's a new crossover. I mean, this is new. This just came out. I think it's not even on store shelves yet. So you might be lucky in getting one of the early ones that are releasing. So the inventory that is out is shipping out, and there's more on the way. But this guy just came out, but I got another one that just came out. That is another crossover line. I don't want to spoil it, so I will show you that too. And then there are other crossover lines that are recent releases that we want to show you guys as well. So we'll try to get those together to show that off. So we'll try to keep February crossover month, but I got at least one more for you. Got a ton of other stuff. I've been wanting to get to that last Indiana Jones Adventure series wave. So I have that, the, what was it? The Last Crusade wave. So we'll be going through that and showing you the build and artifact as well. So stay tuned for that. Have more Turtles. We have the another part of the Turtles diorama. We'll be showing in the Gallery Diorama series, so come back for that. I got that awesome 2-pack Darkwing Duck Negaduck Select figure set to show you guys. So I'll be bringing that one up soon. I got Ghostbuster stuff. I got real Ghostbusters figures I want to show you. I want to show you that new Max Wand. A ton of stuff in Ghostbusters. That's just next month is Ghostbusters. Maybe we'll make it a theme next month. I don't know. We'll see if we get to it sooner, but we'll definitely have a lot more Ghostbusters stuff for you next month and this month, so tune back for that. So it's going to be big spring. It's going to be a big rest of summer, so keep tuning back for more here at Cool Toy Review. As always, like, subscribe, and follow, and we will see you guys next time.